Hello and welcome back to another video here on Team Acne, my friends and family. Today we are talking about the idea of not touching your pimple and seeing what happens. I recently had a pimple right here and I practiced this method on it. So I'm going to take you through some photos and videos of the progression of the pimple. I've done this experiment in the past, twice before in the past, so we'll also explore one of those. And I just want to mention that most of the time, this is the best method to deal with pimples, whiteheads, cysts, really any kind of acne that you have on your face, because when you do start to pop pimples, what will happen is you actually exacerbate the issue because you'll pop the under part of the pimple. So the part under your skin will explode and will inflame your face more, cause the pimple to become larger and inflame more areas around the pimple, which will give it more growth. And what will happen is it'll get bigger, more red, and it'll last longer most of the time. So usually by taking an approach of doing absolutely nothing, and by nothing I mean don't poke at it, don't touch it, don't kind of rub over it, try not to rub your face against your pillow, try not to lean against it when you're washing your face, don't wash into your pimple and push on it or anything, absolutely no pressure at all, let it just be, let it just do its thing, and usually it'll move along naturally. Alright, now let's look at some examples. So the pimple that I had documented before, I did 4 days of filming it. So day one, it was looking pretty big. It was on my lips, similar to the one that's on my face right now, except this one was a lot bigger. So day one, pretty big. Day two, pretty gosh damn big. Kept getting bigger and bigger. Day three, very, very large as well. And again, this whole time, I'm doing absolutely nothing to it. I'm not cleaning it or trying to help it move along faster, nothing. So then, all of a sudden, day three had gotten the gnarliest, the biggest, and then it just fell out naturally while I was taking a shower. Now, I didn't push on it or do anything like that. It just fell out. So here's what it looks like on day four. You can see the difference is massive between day three and day four, and that is literally with it naturally moving along at its own pace. I have poked at my pimples before, popped them before, and what happens is they always get worse, they always last for multiple weeks, and they always leave a bigger mark. This one left a little bit of a mark, but yeah, if I would have pushed on it, it would have left a bigger mark, especially based off my experience in the past. Now, let us move on to right now. I have this pimple on my lip in a similar area, but a different spot, and I documented the process over a few days. So on the first day, you can see that it is starting to form. I had a lot of pressure here. You can see that little white head. I was feeling like, okay, it's going to get worse over the next couple days. So as always, I practice my no-touch method. It is difficult because you do have that white on your face, so it is almost irresistible not to try to get that white off your face to make it less obvious. So that was the first day. 2 days later, this is what was on my face, and I believe that the pimple was kind of forming and getting to its, I guess, like its peak, right? So I think the 27th, or the second day into this, was the peak of the pimple. Now, moving along 2 days later, so now this would be the fourth day, this is what my pimple was looking like. I feel like it was a massive improvement. I feel like you can barely see it. It's just basically the last bit of white there and also a bit of redness around the area. But again, didn't touch it at all, and I feel like it moved along pretty quickly. So that brings us to now, and now we are here. So I'll show you what my face looks like right now on camera. We do still have a little bit of redness, a little bit of whiteness left. And again, this is the same day. This is the fourth day. So I feel like by the fifth day and the sixth day especially, this pimple will almost look like it was never there at all. There's probably going to be a little bit of redness. Usually that stays around for maybe like 7, 8, 9 days after the pimple starts. But again, pretty good timeline, and also after it's gone, it's going to be gone. It's not going to be lingering around or coming back like as if I had popped it. So what I'll do for the redness is I'll use vitamin C. Vitamin C has been shown in a mazillion, that's not a word, but clinical studies to improve redness, something called erythema, which is caused by acne, which is basically just a fancy word for saying redness. Vitamin C improves your redness. So I use a vitamin C cream, which is like a moisturizer from Banish. I use that because when I take showers and whatnot, my face is pretty dry at this point, and so I do want to make sure that I'm rejuvenating that moisture, but also I want to tie it in with something that's good for me. So vitamin C is good for a plethora of different things, but especially redness. So I use vitamin C cream. That way I can double up on moisturizer and also get rid of redness. So there we have it, everybody. I wanted to give you 2 examples of this method. I know it is maybe not the most popular method, especially for a lot of people who are more used to popping their pimples, but it is very effective. I've had loads of people try this method, and loads of people will say that it has improved their pimples, timeline. And I've had a couple people who will, adamantly say, like, this is the worst thing ever. It doesn't help my acne. It makes it worse. I understand it's not maybe for everybody. It's not maybe for every acne type. But like I said earlier in the video, for a majority of pimples and acne, I do think that it is the best, and I think it's worth a shot, especially right now since we're all locked indoors, quarantine style. Why not give it a shot on one of your pimples? Just let it be completely alone and see what happens. Take pictures every day so that way you can see the timeline and see what happens. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this small tip and this little experiment. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Let me know if you've ever tried this before on your own. And subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already. Remember, you are not alone. You are beautiful. You're a part of Team Acne. I'll see you guys in the next video.